I think you made a good decision, Eddie. Joe Dwyer, mayor of Dawson, told his good friend and foreman Eddie Baxter as they sat in the Grady House, a popular restaurant in town. Eddie took another bite of pancakes and said, I don't know, Joe. I had mixed thoughts about it from the get-go. I know it's worked out for a lot of fellows around here, but I'm just not sure about it. Look, my fine friend, don't answer any of the letters if you don't like them. That's all you got to do, Joe said, as he wiped his mouth and then drank some coffee. I need a refill. Deena, where you at, girl? He hollered. Eddie narrowed his blue eyes at his boss. Why do you got to yell like that? Can't you just wave to her like any normal person? Joe smiled at Eddie. When have you ever known me to be normal? Deena! Stop that, Eddie protested. She does have other customers, Joe. At that instant, Deena Abbott, a very pretty blonde with dark eyes, came over to their table. Were you calling me? She asked. Yeah, Joe said. I need more coffee, darling. Okay. What about you, Eddie? She asked, and let her eyes linger on the handsome man. Joe raised an eyebrow at that. Eddie didn't notice, however. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll be right back, she said. Her eyes stayed on Eddie a few more moments than necessary before she moved away. Did you see that? Joe said. See what? Eddie said, taking a bite of bacon. Joe leaned forward and lowered his voice. She was giving you the eye. The eye? Eddie asked, around the bacon in his mouth. Joe rolled his hazel eyes. The eye, you know, when a woman is interested in a man. I think Deena has taken a shine to you, my friend. Eddie's dark brows drew down. You're imagining things. You're always saying stuff like that. Besides, she's seeing Scotty Myers, so it really wouldn't matter. No way I'm getting in the middle of anything like that. Eddie, I know women, and I know when one is trying to let you know she's interested. Maybe there's trouble in paradise for her and old Scotty. You never know. You could at least casually ask sometime. Then you wouldn't have to write any letters or anything, Joe insisted. I'll think about it, Eddie said, just to get Joe off his back. Deena returned with their coffee and smiled at them. There you go, fellas. Is there anything else you need? She said. She looked at Eddie while she said it, largely ignoring Joe. No thanks, Eddie said. All right, just holler if you do, she said, and moved slowly away from the table, looking at Eddie the whole time. Joe hit Eddie's arm, making him drop a bite of home fries back onto his plate. Hey, watch it. I told you, Joe said. Didn't you see that? I don't know how she could have made it any plainer. I wasn't looking. I'm just trying to eat, Joe. You're a moron. You can eat any time, but you can't always find a woman who's interested in you, and as I recall, you haven't exactly been social with the ladies lately, Joe said. Are you keeping tabs on my love life? Eddie asked. Nope. I just haven't heard you whistling in the morning lately, Joe said with a grin. You always whistle. Eddie put his fork on his plate and stared at Joe. I do? Yep. Geez, Eddie laughed. Hell, I didn't realize I was giving myself away like that. I'll have to be more careful about it. Joe chuckled. I'll still be able to tell by the way you're walking. A man walks a certain way when he's, happy. Now I gotta watch the way I walk, too? Good Lord.